Next up, we're going to take a look at how we approach busy exam style questions. So what I want you doing is saying to yourself, right, stand back. If we can't figure something out, say, have I used all the information given to me? I know it's a very obvious statement in a question. Of course, you're going to try to use the information given to you, but you might miss something as we go along here. So let me show you kind of what I'd be thinking in terms of highlighting important information in a question and talk about the layout and presentation of these. So let's jump over to some sample questions here. So this is a higher level one, 2025 paper 2 question 1C. I'm not doing out a solution video. We have all that there, and you may not have even done this topic. Now, what I don't want to see is you sat in the exam saying, okay, I'm highlighting. Stephen from Studyclix said highlight, so let me highlight everything and we'll fire a rainbow across our page. No, that's no good to you because you've not highlighted what's important. So I'd be saying to myself, okay, the first line there, a line cuts the x-axis at the point A0. So I'm saying we cut the x-axis, that's important. The next point I'm saying I cut the y-axis at the point B0B. So I'm focused and saying, okay, I know what this looks like. I'm on the x-axis, I'm on the y-axis. I could perhaps draw a picture from this information. Next up, we're told the slope of this line is -2/3. Now, they're not telling you that piece of information for the crack because it's unnecessary. They want you to do something with it. So you need to stand and say, slope is -2/3. I'd be extracting that down here and I'd be saying to myself, right, how do I use this fact? Well, I know there's a slope formula, so let me maybe get that set up, saying y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 has to equal -2/3. I'm actively using the information given to me. Then they go on to tell me that the area of the triangle enclosed by this line, the x-axis and the y-axis, is 12 square units. I'm not going to highlight everything. I'm going to say the area of the triangle, and I feel saying that it's a triangle is important because that's going to guide our formula. I'm thinking of all the different formulas, half the base times the height, half AB sine C, and our coordinate geometry formula. And I know that this is 12. So I'd be saying to myself, right, how do I use that? Well, I'd be saying that the area of the triangle is equal to 12. And I'd need to then think, what formula might I use? Now, if we draw the line and if we go back to that beginning of knowing where we cut the x-axis at the point A and the y-axis at the point B, this triangle is going to fall in here. And because of that, we might use half the base times the height, or you could use your coordinate geometry area formula. You have a few different ways to do it, but I'd be linking my formula is equal to the value given, and I'm going from there. So you can see I'm not highlighting everything. I'm saying what's the method or what's the buzzword in the question they want me to get at. And then finally, we'll take a look at the last bit. We're told that there are 2 different lines that satisfy these conditions. Find the equation of these lines. So what I want here are the equations of these lines, and I'd be extracting that out and I'd be saying, right, Stephen, what do I need to find the equation of a line? I need a point and I need a slope. And then I'd be thinking, right, how am I going to find those things? Well, all of this information back here is going to help me along my way. So as I say, I'm not going through this question. I just want you to show you how you can effectively highlight important things. Don't highlight it all. You'll lose the question when you do that, okay? We want the key maths moments, key numbers, key formulas. Thinking about this at ordinary level as well, this approach applies. Here, last year, paper 2, 6B, we saw Owen writes down 5 positive whole numbers from smallest to largest. The median of these is 9, mode is 6, so on and so forth. We want to find the 5 numbers that Owen writes down. So I'd be saying to myself, right, I need 5 numbers. That's a pretty important thing. So I might be saying by the end of this, I need to have a list where I have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Then what's the important information given to me? I'd be saying the median is 9. So I'd be taking that down here and I'd be saying, right, Stephen, the median is 9. What the hell does that mean? Well, the median's the middle. So I know that the middle number in this list is 9. So I could maybe lob 9 into the middle of my list. I'd be standing and saying, right, next up, mode is 6. Take the information out. Mode equals 6. And I'd be saying, what does that mean? Can I show the examiner I understand what mode means? Mode is the most frequent or the most popular. And I know that I need a popular number here to be 6. I need multiple 6s. So I won't go through the remainder of it, but I hope you can see what I mean by highlight the important information, pull that into your answer box and get doing something with it. Show the examiner, narrate to the examiner in a quick fashion what you're doing. I'm taking this information that the median is 9, I'm working something out. I'm taking the information that the mode is 6, I'm working on from that. And in the same sense with the higher level, you have shown the examiner here, you've extracted the information of the slope, you've tried to use it. You're extracting the information of the area, you're trying to use it, and you're going from there. Just while I'm in this space, let's just say you're working on a very, very long question and you have a solution all worked out and your answer box looks like this and you have your solution here on the left and you're saying, I think I've slipped. I'm unsure if that's the correct way to have done this. I think I have another way. What I'll ask you to do, don't tip exit. Tip X and maths don't combine well. Just do a very clear line through it. One single one is fine. You can do a big X if you want, but make sure the examiner can still read that, because if there's something right that you're going to get more marks on there than in your other solution that you will present beside it, they may give you the marks. They mightn't always be able to, but they may, if you have another solution there, say, that one warrants some more marks. While I'm in this space as well, and I'm thinking about the layout of questions, I see in every exam I do, pretend this is the answer box with all your little grid lines in it. Everyone dives straight in and writes really big in the middle. You don't have the space if you make a mistake and need some more space or need a bit of paper to work things out and be writing in the middle. Start here, top left corner, please and thank you. I'll let you skip a wee box over. Start writing there, okay? And work down the way. Okay, if you're working sideways, show that, do a wee arrow, okay? Because most of the time, as we know in maths, we'll work down the way so that it's followable for the examiner. And also, just feel free to split your page up if you feel you're going to be able to work down the way. But start on that top left. You don't want to take up all the space in the box and then say, goodness, I've made a slip and I need to flick to the back of the booklet and start doing answers there. That adds stress that we simply do not need. And I know a lot of people might present their answer like ANS, X equals 4 at the end of something. Some people might underline it or put a wee box. It's nice to get into that routine. Does it get you marks? No, but this is what the examiner will do. The examiner will first check and say, right, did they get this part right? Yes or no? If they have, they'll scan the work above and all will be good. However, if they got it wrong, we now know we're just slowly working back up the way through the organized work there. So presentation, or as we call it in maths, exposition, doesn't get you marks, but the examiner will really like it. But in terms of the layout there, top left corner, please and thanks for the layout of our answers.